The Matra Mandir wants to be the symbol of the divine's answer to man's aspiration for perfection. Union with the divine manifesting in a progressive human unity. The four pillars, large golden discs above the entrance of the pillars, south, Maheshwari, north, Mahakali, east, Mahalakshmi, and west, Mahasaraswati. The inner chamber, a place for trying to find one's consciousness. The important thing is this, the play of the sun on the center, because that becomes the symbol of future realization. People will be allowed in to concentrate, to learn how to concentrate. No fixed meditations, none of all that. But they must stay there in silence and concentration. The lotus pond. Below the Matra Mandir, water flows gently in a pure white marble lotus pond. At its center, a crystal ball receives the beam of sunlight that has passed through the inner chamber. The 12 meditation rooms in the petals. The 12 petals around the Matra Mandir correspond to the 12 petals of the Mother's symbol. Inside each petal is a small meditation room representing one of the 12 powers of the Universal Mother. The colors of the 12 meditation rooms in the petals correspond to those in Mother's symbol. The Park of Unity must be surrounded by some kind of isolating zone so that it is solitary and silent. One has access to it only with permission. The 12 gardens are as important as the Matra Mandir itself. The banyan tree, chosen by the Mother as the geographical center of Auroville, is about 100 years old. Amphitheater and the lotus bud-shaped urn. This urn contains a handful of soil from 124 nations and 23 Indian states. It also contains the Charter of Auroville, handwritten in French by the Mother and sealed inside a stainless steel container. Auroville wants to be a universal town where men and women of all countries are able to live in peace and progressive harmony. Above all creeds, all politics, and all nationalities. The purpose of Auroville is to realize human unity. Unity in diversity, not in uniformity. Mind to supermind, conscious to higher consciousness. So namaste all and welcome to episode 8 of Auroville Calling. Today we have with us Mr. Vladimir Yatsenko from Grâce Center. From Auroville Foundation, we have Mr. Koshi, our senior consultant for visa-related queries. From Auroville, we have Miss Anu. You have already said hello to her. Anu ji is a member of working committee. We have with us Mr. William from admissions team, Miss Preeti, and my name is Malika. Let us begin with, I would like to invite you first, Vladimir, if you can introduce the center, the activities of the center, and a little bit about your journey coming to Mother and Sri Aurobindo and Auroville.
Right. Thank you, Malika. And am I audible enough?
Yes. Yes.
Right. Great. Well, I guess to start, I can say that Auroville is my life. It's my place of new birth, so to say, though I'm coming from Soviet Union. And I came to Auroville in 91 first time, and then I stayed. In 92, I was accepted with a student visa. I was accepted by that time. It was easy. Now it's impossible to even think that I would be accepted as a newcomer with student visa. But that time, the Soviet Union was still there, falling apart, and nobody knew how it would be done later. So, but when I arrived first time, I wanted to be in the ashram actually. But first time I arrived in Auroville, and I saw that, that golden red soil, and I kind of recognized it. It was as if a memory from the past, that soil, that I'm arriving home. It was a very, very special time for me. Of course, I studied in the St. Petersburg University at that time, Sanskrit department, and then in Pune University, in Bhandarkar Oriental Research Institute. My background is general and theoretical linguistics and Sanskrit language and literature. So when I arrived at Auroville, I started to teach in many schools. In 4 schools I was teaching, 25 hours a week, actually. Was very enthusiastic, and I had classes with adults in Savitri Bhavan. When Savitri Bhavan started in '98, I remember we were meeting in that hut. There was only hut, there were no buildings yet, and in that hut there was the most beautiful meetings with Nirod Baran, with Udar, with all those, it was very beautiful. Anyhow, all the ashramites were coming. Auroville was opening to the ashram at that time. Yeah. Before there was some difficulty, political and misunderstandings of the past, and then from '98 it started to open up. And then Savitri Bhavan came into being, and I worked there and lived there. I worked there for 13 years or something. Taught all kind of things. We started also the project of the University of Human Unity. I can see that this is the topic you are also addressing, higher education in Auroville, which is so important. Without higher education, Auroville will not happen to be as a city. We need it. It is schools are not enough. It's a village still. But with a university, I think this would be some shift in consciousness and perception of this place. Yes, we need researchers. We need people who are researching, who are finding new ways of expressing this higher knowledge. First of all, they have to have some knowledge or have to be opened to that experience first, and then to put it into new forms, new expressions in philosophy, linguistics, psychology, and so on, art. And I know Anu did a lot. I remember I was so impressed with what she did in her life, and poetry and dance and those expressions. It was such a golden time of Auroville. You remember, Anu, how it was beautiful. Everybody was uplifted. Olga was making this opera for children, you remember? You were making this beautiful dance mantra with mantras and with music. Everything was created by Aurovilians. It wasn't borrowed from somewhere to perform. It was all made up, and with such a spirit. I still miss that time, yes. The time has shifted into a darker time. Look at the world where we are now. God knows where we are going with all this. So we are all dispersed, all misunderstandings, all these formal definitions of what we are to be and what we are not to be. Somebody decides for us. So that freedom is somehow veiled by some darkness, most probably before the greater light, I guess. Right. So this is my entries. I do not know. I didn't prepare anything, just few words.
Thank you,
Yes,
Vladimir.
about La Grâce, I can say a few words. La Grâce
Yes,
is an
please.
amazing kind of center. We have, of course, I can show you more pictures and so on. We have 300 acres of land, and we are building a big center with 180 people to stay, in a very nice um, environment with gardens, with fountains. We have a huge center, Sadhana Center, with yoga rooms, with meditation hall, which is actually, meditation is a kind of replica of Matri Mandir. It will have also globe, golden, and inside there will be a crystal and you will be in silence, the ray of light. We decided to follow Matri Mandir, It's a very beautiful project, multi-million, tens of millions of dollars went into this place. And still, yeah, we're just beginning. We broke the ground, prepared the whole, plateau, all the parking zone, all the roads, everything, all the infrastructure is prepared for the buildings to come up. So within 18 months or so, we will have this, stage one. So to say the hostel or the living quarter where people can stay, for 80 people can stay at once. And this beautiful, absolutely marvelous building with kitchen for 220 people to be able to eat. And it is all high class, like really high quality hotels, because H.P. Rama, who is the owner of the place and the benefactor of this project, is actually the hotelier, and he knows how to build properly buildings, So, and he has a center in India, as you know, Sri Aurobindo Integral Life Center in India, in Surat, which is built now. You've been there, Anu. It's very beautifully done, with Aurovilian architect, with Mona, and also university is one of the best buildings. Of course, it needs some filling with some people. People with higher consciousness have to come and to find new ways of, dealing with knowledge, which is always lacking. In consciousness, we are always a little bit behind. But his idea was to make two sister organizations to link East and West. So we have one sister in Surat and other is in US. So it's a bridge between East and West. Yeah? It's a kind of an interesting new idea, which actually he got from the mother. He met the mother when he was young, before going to the US. And mother blessed him for going to the US. And he went to the US with $2 in his pocket. And he built this empire with 50, five-star hotels here. And so we don't lack money in this case. So it's a very good thing. So he is in charge of everything to be built. And we are filling it with content, with studies, research, webinars. We have very rich environment. Most probably you don't know, but if you follow the lagracecenter.com, you will find everything what we do. And knowledge bank is very rich. Like we have hundreds and hundreds of courses, webinars. In these 6 years what I'm here, we created a lot of things. And more to create, because the center is coming. We want to fill it in, with all, and we want to be connected with Auroville more and more and bring all the elements of Auroville to US and to make this exchange, you know.
Thank you so much. And that's so lovely to hear the kind of progress that you're making, especially about the center. You said within 18 months, it's going to be ready, at least the first phase, which is phenomenal.
Right. Actually, we have the center. This house where I live is our center.
Already
It's a
the center.
beautiful house, but we are building the whole new facilities. Yes, so
Like a mini Auroville.
right, kind of
Yes.
mini Auroville. Yes.
Yes.
Actually, that's what I was thinking when you spoke. You know, when the mother said that one day when Auroville is complete, there would be other Aurovilles, and I always wondered how it would be in the right spirit. Well, in this case with A.P. Ramaji, you know, and with that connection with the mother, it seems a natural progression in a sense, you know. And we visited Oro University in Surat in January. And well, there were two parts of the building. One was with Bimal Patel's, the whole school, and the other part with Mona, which has been done, place for meditation and all that. Very beautiful, very beautifully done. And we also reached out to his brother, who has been building, who does most of that, I think GP, something like that. Whether one day we'll have to see with Jayanti ma'am, whether we could involve their expertise and their knowledge and everything into the construction of what we call the lines of force, because, you know, that sense of aesthetics, beauty, you know, quality, you know, perfection, all that they have. And with Auroville, once you have something like Matri Mandir, whatever else we build has to somehow carry that quality. You know, we can't let the rest of it down. The mother speaks of that also. So it's so nice to hear that they could do all this in 18 months, whatever you're doing. We've been stuck for 3 years. And the good news about that is that we've had the Supreme Court result just this month, which has finally released Auroville from that, let's say, the blockade, which was there for 3.5 years, that nobody could do anything, nothing could move, except an interim order where only the crown could happen. Yeah, and as you know, the crown, when the mother described it, well, the way she described the Auroville symbol, there's a direct correspondence with the galaxy plan. When she says the dot at the center is unity, then the inner circle represents the creation and the conception of the town. So that is what was blocked for all these 3 years, you know. So that is what was taken off.
I know. I've been there, yes.
Yeah. And as soon as it is coming around, we'll see that all the other things will start to emerge. Now we've just been released out of that. So that is one good thing news to offer. And hopefully the building of the town will be not only the building of buildings and the roads, but the buildings that it will then allow people to come and inhabit, contribute to the experiment. So I think part of this Auroville Calling, which is happening today, is also to build these bridges. Now you, as you say, you've built this huge thing in there to be able to invite people. Reciprocally, we would like to have people who are already clued into this whole experiment to come here. Now, of course, we've had this 3.5 years of delay because projects were ready to start and all that was blocked. So hopefully another 2 years or so, we'll have more places. We have some places to offer, but not in a larger way. But this is what we would like, that people come, they are here to volunteer for some time, come and, you know, join research projects, which could be interactive also with people like you and all that, you know. That's the whole story of Siru, actually. Siru Online, you know, if you could get you on board for that. So let's see. So that is part of this whole attempt at Auroville Calling. I'll pass it on to Molika. Come.
Also, we would like to mention that from the governing board, we now have approved Auroville International Information Center, which we would like to have across India in all the states and across the globe. And our priority at this point is not to find new infrastructure, but if there are already existing centers and if they are happy to collaborate with us. So this is the 8th episode, and so far we have seen very good response from the 7 centers, and they are very happy to give us a small space. If it's a studio, if it's a huge center, a room, if not a room, a small space where we can display the knowledge base of Auroville, whether it's about the galaxy plan, about the city, about education. That is the main purpose of Auroville: integral education, integral yoga. And if you are happy to collaborate with us and we can have your center also hold that space for us, Auroville International Information Center, then a lot of people from your city or your country, they will have your center as the anchor, and from there you can bring in people to Auroville. So do you think that is a possibility?
Absolutely, and absolutely. We are looking forward to this. We need this. We are building a network, Sri Aurobindo's and Mother's network over the world, yes. And this center is a part of that network and will be very active and very beautiful. And at least I know that it will happen this way because we have the resources. Nothing is stopping us. Everything is already prepared. And people are interested. The only thing we are always lacking is not so much even buildings, you know. Of course, buildings is a big thing, as Anu said rightly. You see, Mother wanted Olympic Games to be in 1980. In 1980!
Yeah.
What to say? Olympic Games in Auroville. So where is Olympic Games? Well, where we were in
the city told that.
So that's slowing down and going into the forest. It's very nice. Forest was built, but beyond forest, there's more to be built. Yeah. So this was the mistake. We got stuck into our convenience, you know, of not moving forward. And moving forward always requires some breakthrough, some, you know, some change, disturbance of equilibrium. Unfortunately, it cannot be done otherwise. People are so tamasic, so used to what is convenient. They cannot sacrifice their movement forward, cannot easily collaborate. This is the hard part. But the hardest was for me that Auroville was never looking for real knowledge, you know. From within, it was always blocked. Everything, smallest degree, something comes in and it is already blocked. So it's kind of something I always regretted. And that's why here we have an opportunity. We are free to do things, you know.
Will you have an
But
opportunity here also now that inertia has broken, I believe, and it will take time for sure. But we are very happy to collaborate with you. These are our ideas that we have on plate, but if you have any ideas of collaboration, we will be very happy to hear. You can also write to us. And another request that we have is that we want to connect to universities and colleges, because Auroville, like you know, it's a laboratory and we have absolutely everything, whether it's sports, whether it's sustainability, urban construction, everything. So if there are students, farming, organic farming, if students want to take their credit courses over here, the last semester, 6 months, and they can use it for their credits in their college. Now they have it available. So students from masters or graduation, if they want to come to Auroville as volunteers or as interns, we are working on it and we will share with you the details if you can share it with the universities. And we are also very happy to share with you a letter signed by the secretary authorizing you, because Auroville is under the Ministry of Education. So then it also becomes like an authority that you have, that you can go to colleges, universities and bring in students in bigger numbers also. Yeah.
Nice. It's about time really to open up. But the most important also to build that inner core in Auroville of those researchers, you know, those who are really looking for new ways of dealing with knowledge. Yeah.
Yes.
So Vladimir, you know, this whole idea of the Auroville Information Center is because I can share that paper with you eventually. We did that about the Auroville Internationals. They've been doing a certain kind of work, but we noticed in the last years it's gone off the rail in many ways. Some of them, not all of them. A lot of other centers are doing good work. But we just wanted that there is a center where, you know, the basics, that inner core of Auroville and the basic information is imparted without any bias, without any politics, nothing. We were kind of getting lost into a lot of politics. So if we could have such a space within Grâce, and if you could, you know, contact other universities and people who then come here and who could then maybe participate with you to say, be part of this information and, become that kind of living center also in a small capsule there. So that is definitely one of the ideas. And what you're saying about research, yes, Siru project is being developed. So we'll keep you informed about that. And also to tell you that this year we had actually planned the second Auroville Literature Festival in 4 languages, the mother gave, including Sanskrit. And you were on our list of that. You were on our list online or whatever. But because of all the problems that are happening and other difficulties, I just decided that this year, let it pass. Let us do the clearinghouse of what needs to be done. And next year we will look at it. So even to have things like, live readings directly from Chandogya Upanishad of Svetaketu and his father, dialogues, and then get into a discussion about it, but make it very living. So slowly those things will come. And sitting out there.
We have to do it. We have to do it. And
Yes.
Auroville needs all support, whatever goodwill people around and who are really understanding what Auroville is about. It's the heart of the whole, change on earth. So if it is not seen in that way, if it is not dealt with in that way, if it is some kind of place which has to be God knows what, it's not the place. It's really a living entity.
Yes.
It has its own subtle body already. So it needs this network. We have to network. We have to work together and strengthen it, because the world is going,
Crazy.
I don't know where.
Yeah.
I can project and show you the picture of our groundbreaking, where the picture of our major building, where the meditation center. If you have projection, if I can project.
Yes, please go ahead.
Just for you to have a kind of a look at it, how we are viewing it. It's really beautiful, how it will be built. But where is share? Share is here. Okay, let me see how I can share. Oh, this is only like this. I can't choose the picture, no? I can. Cannot choose the picture. File. Only screen share, yes? There is
Screen sharing, yeah. So you share your screen and then you open the pictures or the gallery on your screen.
Okay. The same as Zoom. Okay, let me do again. Just for... Don't know why it is not doing it. Oh, here it is, Rev. Okay, it doesn't show it. Do you see it?
No, not yet. No,
Yes. Oh.
So this is our main building. It's just from the posters which I found on my... And then on the side, there will be the whole area inside. And then on side, there will be 4 buildings on each side, which are residential buildings forward. It will be like the whole circle. And within there will be fountains, gardens, meditation places.
So that globe is like a Matri Mandir, is that it?
Yes, that's what I'm telling you. This is meditation center. Inside, you will go inside silently. There will be the ray coming from above and this. It's really a replica. So we are kind of trying to follow Matri Mandir in the center of Auroville. This is our center, how it comes up.
Beautiful.
Kind of interesting, yeah?
Yes, absolutely.
It looks like a combination of Savitri Brahman and Matri Mandir.
Right. Savitri Brahman and Matri Mandir, yes.
It's beautiful.
Well, we were going back and forth with, this is only a drawing, but it will be something. They put into it so much money to make it work, really. HP is very dedicated to the mother. That is his major project of his life, He created the whole Auro University. Who could have thought? Yeah. He always says, I am not an educationist, but somehow mother made me work.
Yeah.
He created all of it. without really knowing how and why.
It's beautiful, and we're so happy to know your enthusiasm. I have not met HP Ramaji personally myself, but so many times people have told me, he's going to come here this time and we would be very happy to introduce you. So far, it has not happened, but I'm sure that he is.
It's happening in June. They're coming in June.
Oh, they're coming in. Okay, so that's when I'm meeting him then.
Yeah, he's now he had just left. He was in there in Auroville and so on. JP, whom you mentioned, his brother died recently, 2 years back or something. So he is no more with us. All the brothers are gone. He is alone left.
But his younger brothers.
He was older brother, JP.
Maybe it's his nephew.
Yeah.
So,
MP also gone. Yes,
so
sir.
another that we wanted to tell you is about visas, that you are already aware that Auroville has a special, so I would not talk about it. I would invite Koshi sir to tell you a little bit about this privilege that has been given by the government of India. But about new people who would want to come, if you can share this information with them. So Koshi sir, if you can please come in.
Namaste, Mr. Vladimir.
Stay.
Now, I was a little surprised when you said when you came to Auroville, you came on a tourist visa.
No, student visa.
Was it on
Yes,
a tourist?
student visa. I was in Pune University and then I visited and they accepted me entry group under student visa.
It was not strange that time because which year was it?
91.
It was 92.
92. Because 91, 92, there was no visa policy. Government of India formulated a policy only in 2005. So now we have a visa system. The issuer of visa for Aurovilians is, it's streamlined. Previously, people who came on tourist visa, student visa, yoga visa, there were different types of visa. And people used to come to ashram on various categories of visa. And it was very difficult for the government agencies to streamline the visa process, to accommodate them in Auroville continuously beyond that visa expiry validated period. So that had to be changed with government intervention. In 2005, there was a visa policy which was implemented. So Auroville now has got a special visa policy regime. So people come here on a special type of visa, which is an entry visa meant for all. So now this category is given for volunteers, for what is the second category?
Newcomers?
Newcomers and for the residents. And it starts with 3 months and it extends to 5 years. So various visa validation is done by the government of India, but the recommendation is again given by the secretary. So we are here to help for the growth of Auroville, and we will try to explore people coming. We like to help those people who want to get the visa and continue their stay in India. So we are here to coordinate with the working groups for the residents. And any queries to take.
How do you call this visa? It's entry visa still or something?
Pardon, I didn't get you.
What is the name of the visa? It's entry visa for Auroville?
Visa, Auroville specific entry visa. And the type is X2.
X2, okay. This
It's
was not
specific
there.
to Auroville. It's specific to Auroville.
So, for example, if you want to bring in a group for a retreat to explore Auroville, to experience Auroville, and if some of them from that group want to stay back or feel that they're aligned and they would want to become Aurovillians or start as volunteers, they have to start as volunteers, of course, and then they become a newcomer. So for that, we have a process, and Mr. William is here with us, and he's in the admissions team.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah. I'm part of the admission team. So you might have aware of the entry process, entry service, the old entry service. So after a year of pause, we recently opened the admissions process. So volunteer and all newcomers, people who want to join Auroville. So we are all welcome those people. We have already the housing services. We have the work units to place people in work. So all we will be taking care. So anyone who interested and approach you, you can definitely direct us, and we are happy to welcome and onboard them into our process.
Very nice. Most probably there will be more people with the current politics in the US. You will have a flood of people coming.
Yeah. everywhere. I think it's a bit like that. But we have to be now prepared. So the whole effort with this Auroville Calling that we're doing right now is to see Auroville's been at a stagnant point for some time. You know, nothing was growing, nothing was developing, even housing and all that. So that will now start. But in the meantime, to reach out, make the connection so people can come. You know, so we can welcome them, whether they come as volunteers, whether they're interested to stay on longer, become Aurovilians, whatever. You know, this place has to be open to receive people. So this is the way we have to now kind of move with the work.
Entry group was always a problem in Auroville from the beginning. Some curse on that group. Even good people, even very good people who come to work there kind of change, and the whole. I always was proposing to make welcoming group instead of entry group, you know. So we have to help people to understand what Auroville is about, you know, and integrate them, help them to integrate instead of, you know, checking on them what they bring and how they think and so on. This idea has to just turn upside down. And then you will have people. We need people. Where are our people, you know? All those checked people become also a problem later because they have that severe attitude to newcomers. And it's altogether a spoiled kind of way of doing things.
Yes, actually, the new admission regulation removed a lot of restrictions put up in the old policy. So we hope that the journey of the newcomers will be easy, so smoother, and more people should join our.
More welcoming, as you said.
Right. And helping them to integrate. It's a very difficult shift for people to leave their place and to come to a new place. Not housing, not this, not that. And everywhere restriction, everywhere judgment. It's impossible. Those few survivors in Auroville, they are heroes. But it has to be much more welcoming, and not only welcoming, the education has to be introduced immediately. It has to be educating, showing, and by example, there has to be a core. You have to build a core of those really dedicated people. It's an important part.
See, Vladimir, right now at the far end of the table, we have somebody sitting there quietly called Preeti. She's new. She's actually going through her own process, which she has started. And with this, it is exactly for that we don't keep people hanging for 3 years, questioning them, judging them and all that. Let them join, let them make the experience. If they mess up, there's a check and balance for that, based on real issues, not just on hearsay and all that. And at the same time, to have a good, a very living introduction to Auroville, by which they learn about, you know. So that's kind of that self-education, which is not just about Auroville and this and that, but also about Mother and Sri Aurobindo, those things which are an integral part of Auroville. So Preeti has actually been doing that even before she came to Auroville. She has been talking about Auroville and talking about Mother and Sri Aurobindo. So we would like to bring her in.
Oh, please. Wonderful.
You can.
You can speak.
You can speak then.
Thank you. I mean, hearing you was very inspirational, you know, what you are building over there. I have been working as a trainer, you know, holistic integral trainer, and I have spent 25 years of research in integral yoga and integral human development, which I think the biggest gift to humanity by Sri Aurobindo and Mother. So we are just thinking of creating a kind of a bridge course, you know, bridge between the outside world and Auroville. And what you said, the education is the core. Sri Aurobindo and Mother always emphasized upon that, you know, education, integral education, in fact, you know, holistic education, holistic development is the core. So that is what we're trying to bring, I mean, from whatever we could. Yeah, and that will bring those serious, sincere, and devoted, you know, volunteers to Auroville. That can be absorbed in Auroville later.
So Preeti ji will be helping us to make those modules where if a person from outside comes, so it becomes like a landing space, a warm landing space for them, where we take them through the journey of Auroville. Instead of them coming here and, you know, feeling lost, because it's quite possible. And you are very much aware of it.
It's kind of a bridge course where they learn about Sri Aurobindo and Mother's vision, their principle, you know, what Auroville is based on. what is the vision and what is the purpose of Auroville. So
Yeah.
that is what will be our effort.
Actually, the new admission process is getting in place. William is part of that also, and we have suggested to the team that people like Preeti get integrated for that welcoming week or whatever when new people come. Not just the week, for the first
Right.
1 or 2 months to sort of handhold people,
Yeah.
get them there.
Yeah. Just like he's from Pune. Pune.
Studied in
Yeah, he's studying in Pune. Like,
He studied. Oh, she's from Pune.
From Pune.
Oh,
And I
you're
have-
from Pune
Yeah.
University?
Yeah, I'm basically from Pune. And I have designed courses for universities like Symbiosis. You must be knowing Symbiosis University in Pune.
No. I was in Pune University and Bhandarkar audience.
Symbiosis, yeah. This Symbiosis is
New one.
a very popular university. So design some courses on holistic living, on integral living,
Oh,
for
nice.
these universities and colleges. And it's like 3 months and 6 months courses. Like we were talking about credit courses. So students get credits for that. So that is our core focus right now, to get a lot of students from colleges and universities. And it's not that we are going to tell them, become Aurovilians, because that is not something that we should ever try to do. It has to come from within. But when they come here and then they see that this kind of a living is also possible and it's not far-fetched, wherever they go, we don't discourage them to go and have, earn a living. But wherever they go, they will take this base as their, so they will take dharma and then create artha with it. So that is our purpose, for them to see what Auroville is and what the knowledge base is. So
But it's also an opportunity to contribute to Auroville becomes like a gift of somebody's life, to be able to do that. So, but that person has to be touched, like you were touched, like so many others have been touched. But it's a chance for them to come and make the experience, know it, and then choose what they want to choose.
then choose,
Yeah.
yes. So
Absolutely. Mother introduced 1 year for this newcomer period only for one reason, which we totally forgot. We have to bring that reason back. For people to decide if climate is good for them to stay.
Yes, that's why they have to stay for one full
That's
year.
it.
1 full year, yes.
Yeah. And not for them to decide and not for entry group to decide.
Yes.
So if they go, suppose they cannot stay for some reason, not climate, some other reason, technical, family, money, whatever, hardships in life, psychological problems, it's okay. Let them go. They touched Auroville, they touched something true, and they go and they bring that there and they come back, and it is a very different dynamics than judging and allowing and then fixing people, fixing them for their restricting their Today I read, just preparing for this meeting, what Mother says on Auroville, and it is so different from what we really did. We built totally different system, very restricted, with millions of rules and judgments. And she wanted Aurovilians to be free. This divine initiation. Who has taken the initiative of construction? The Supreme Lord. Who participates in financing? The Supreme Lord. And who wants, if one wants to live in Auroville, what does it imply for oneself to try to attain the supreme perfection? The answer. Must one be this yoga student in Auroville? Whole life is yoga.
Sure.
You have to. I have to. It's so beautiful. It's really so refreshing. Will there be camping ground here? Or will family life continue in Auroville if one has not gone beyond it? Can one retain one's religion in Auroville if one has not go beyond it? Can one be an atheist in Auroville if one has not gone beyond it? Will there be a social life in Auroville if one has not gone beyond it? Will there be compulsory community activities in Auroville? Nothing is compulsory. Nothing is compulsory.
Yeah.
Will money be used in Auroville? Now you have it. No. Stop. No, full stop. Everything is allowed. Money, no. Auroville will have money relations only with the outside world. Just look at our problem. Look at the world's problem. You need to really do it. Welcoming group, all this. Bring back Mother's guidelines, golden guidelines.
Yeah.
Look into them, with all your fibers. Try to feel it, what she wanted to do. It's the only chance for us to build Auroville.
For us to become economically, what you're saying, there were these two economists who had done a research in Auroville, and they said that to become self-sufficient the way the mother wanted, we would have to become at least 30,000 people. And here we are not even growing. That's why this is so important that we grow as a community, in population.
Yeah.
And they said, what are you doing about the industrial zone? The mother gave you the industrial zone. These are the economists who of the world, but they said that you were given this. So all these energies have to be now harnessed for Auroville, so that it becomes self-generative, and so that we don't have to now, go after people for this contribution, that contribution, because now if we don't contribute to the common pot, then we are lost. So we have to have a certain discipline in that, to make ourselves self-sustaining. So it's at that point. The other thing, Vladimir, I just want to tell you, we started only over here about 6 months ago, something like a WhatsApp group called Auroville Connect, and we have a Facebook page. It was basically to keep people informed about whatever was happening, all the misinformation, to bring people to the, not to be misled by all this stuff, especially newcomers and volunteers and things like that. So we'll send you the link to the Facebook page, so you can check it out and maybe share it. That would be nice. So that's one way for people to also know. And slowly we are starting to get very inspiring things, not just the nitty-gritty of what is happening, which is the most important. So that is also being shared. So that is it.
And what you read out about what Mother has said, what should happen and what happened in Auroville, that particular paragraph, if you can share it with me on WhatsApp. That's my personal.
Sure.
No, that's in Mother on Auroville. I'll give it to you.
Yes,
yeah, that's
Divine initiation. Yes, this shocked me from the beginning. There's few restrictions. One is this: no money exchange among Aurovilians. That means I cannot charge you, you cannot charge me. We can charge the world. We have the world relations, yes, but inside community, we relate to each other through consciousness, not through money, and not through this, bargain and exchange, or this transactional relations have to go. And the other thing is no drugs, alcohol, and this is the most important. Because that force will lead away. Whether we want it or not, there are many powers in the vital world which use this force to take away people from their right path. So two restrictions, only two. No
drugs are prohibited. Yeah.
And please rethink money relations in Auroville. You will clear up the whole thing. You will see all people who are not supposed to be there, they will go, and new people will come. It is only for those who are looking for the spiritual, spiritual life, they will come. They look for some new. Those who already realize themselves in the world, they will come. Not those who didn't realize and want to, to have tamasic survival life. There are many of them. So you have to rethink that thing. I know that what you are saying is true also, Anno, that 30,000 are not there, so economically it's very difficult. But economy also has to be built on the right attitude.
Yes.
And not in the wrong attitude, old attitude.
Absolutely. Okay. Oh, wait, I didn't see that.
Yeah. We have to wrap up. There's another call now.
There's another meeting. Okay.
Oh,
Thank
yeah,
you
true.
so much.
Sorry.
Thank you so much. This was so far our best conversation, because you had so much to share with us, and you have lived here.
Yeah.
So you are an Aurovillian in spirit, and what you are building
I am totally in my heart. I'm Aurovilian. Never left. Yes.
And now you're creating an Auroville over
Yeah.
there. So
Satellite out there.
yes, absolutely. So we will share with you our own preparation as soon as we are ready, and we will share with you the details of Auroville Connect. At least that is something that is already there. Information about volunteers, interns, about admission policy, visa, and if you want to bring in small groups for retreats or for experiencing Auroville, we are working on it and we will share with you all the details. Meanwhile, if you have any ideas of collaboration, please feel free to write to us.
Absolutely. Very nice. Very nice. I will discuss this with HP and with
Yeah.
Radhe.
Yes,
and we will proceed from there. Yeah.
Thank
Great.
you so much. So
Thank
we
you.
will close with
Namaste.
Sri Aurobindo's Gayatri Mantra. That's our protocol.
Okay.
Om Tat Saviturvaram Rupam Jyotihi Parasya Dhimahi Yannah Satyena Deepaye Satyena Deepaye Om Tat Saviturvaram Rupam Jyotihi Parasya Dhimahi Yannah Satyena Deepaye Satyena Deepaye. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much.